our team in our first semester. I look at how difficult of a time this is for our players. They just finished exams. They did an excellent job in the classroom. Then you have the holidays, and then you have tough opponents like Maryland Eastern Shore. And today we knew it was going to be a battle, and I think they did some great job with controlling tempo. And I think in the second half we really came out, and our defense really got us going. And Tamaya made some huge plays on the defensive side that got us going on the offensive side. And again, just excited for how many players have been involved in the way that we're playing. The results are coming, but we love to say, hey, this is VCU basketball, and tonight was another good showing for us.
Coach, what did you say to the team at halftime when you were only up 27-24, and then what went into that 32-12 run in the second?
I think one of the hardest things is just about this game, right? You come in and you're getting excited for the break, and it's hard to stay in the moment, right? And we have a lot of new players, and we have players that in their second year, and you're trying to make sure that you have that mature approach. And I've watched a ton of film and knew that Maryland Eastern Shore has been in a lot of games into the third quarter, whether it was Seton Hall, whether it was East Carolina. They are a really scrappy team. So we just talked about the pace, and what did we want to go into the holidays with momentum or regret? And I think it's nice when you can ask those questions and then you get a great response, and they step out onto the floor and really execute at a high level.
Tamaya, when you think about, you got 19 points tonight, but you guys are rebounding 41-22. They came out very physical. How did you guys have to come back and out physical them?
We just had to stick together and play hard. I think that they were a very physical team, and we kind of knew that going in. And at halftime, we made a decision. We made a decision to stick together and play hard.
Strategically, when you look at you guys shooting 7 of 12 from three-point land, that's excellent. But what was even more impressive was the passing, especially late game. How does that translate, do you feel like, in the A-10 play, how you guys were able to pass the ball in that second half and they just couldn't stop it?
Us being able to pass the ball and play together, it starts in practice. I feel like we have a lot of great chemistry, and it's going to be very beneficial going into the A-10 because we're moving the ball and everyone can score, and it's going to be very tough to practice.
Coach, as good as the scoring was from her in the second half, and some of your other players got involved, the most important element I thought was the defense. How important was that defense in the second half? That was championship defense.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest pieces that is tied to our defense is our ability to take care of the ball, right? And when you looked going into halftime, we had a considerable amount of turnovers, and our assists weren't really as high as we wanted them to be. Then you look at the the end of the game stats, and we got 13 assists. That connection piece, I think, on the offensive side really makes a difference because it gets everybody going. And then we just talk a lot about that. It does not matter, what the score is, what defense we're in. We want to change the tempo and make teams feel uncomfortable on the offensive side. And they did a great job of that, especially in the second half.
And this doesn't show up in the box score, but you as a coach, you look at Natalia Tundi. She had a chance, I believe, late game for an open three-point shot. She had it, but she made a great pass. You as a coach, what does that tell you about your player? And same for you, what does that tell you about your teammate who doesn't get in the game a lot, but was able to make that important pass?
It just tells us that we play for each other, and that's very important going into conference. We stay together. You pass up a good shot for a great shot, and that's how you win games.
Awesome.
Yep, good.
Thank you.
Great, thank you. Happy holidays.